Welcome to Tabletop Gaming Guild. Tabletop Gaming Guild is all about the experiences and memories that playing tabletop games with friends and families can create. And as you can see today, I am kind of crowded in by this massive game called Oathsworn. Now, I've talked a lot about Oathsworn on the various episodes, but now that I've finished the campaign, I want to do a fuller overview. I will try to avoid any major spoilers. I'll just do a general overview. I might kind of touch in some general terms on some things that happen throughout the game, but I will not do anything that will spoil any of the major events or twists of the game. Now, Oathsworn is a campaign game. There are 21 chapters in this campaign, and each chapter is broken down into two segments. You have the preamble, which is a storytelling element, and then you have the encounter. Talk about the story element first and how that works. Generally, you're going around a map, going to different locations, trying to get information about something that's coming, and either be given a choice of a couple possible actions to take, and those choices usually result in getting tokens that can help you in combat in the second half of the game. The other half is the encounter, in which you fight a large monster. Now, these large monsters will sometimes have minions or other small creatures you also have to fight, but essentially it is one big battle. The main mechanic of these battles is the cards in your hands. You have a set number of cards to start, and you're going to be unlocking cards as you get experience, but you still can only bring the same number of cards into battle. So you have to choose carefully what you want based on the limited information you know about this monster, if there is any you know. And all those powers have various cooldowns. Now, it's not a time cooldown per se, it goes in a specific position around your player board, and then the next time you play a card that goes into the position, anything that's already in that position shifts down one. So it's really important to manage your cards, because you don't want to get in a situation where all your cards are on cooldown. That's the basic mechanics of both halves. A little bit more into things I've encountered throughout this campaign and what I liked and disliked about it. So first off, let's talk more about the story mode, the first preamble. I was getting a little bored with that, and it did start feeling that was just a lead-in. The whole purpose of it was just to get you to the encounter and determine what you had for the encounter. But later in the game, they started switching that up, and some of the choices that you made early on started coming back and becoming important again. So these minor decisions that you made early on may actually have an impact later that could actually have some devastating results. The other big thing is, right as I was starting to get a little bit bored with the exploring the map, they started changing that up, and they had some really kind of interesting mechanics going into some of these later scenarios for what you're doing in that story mode. In some scenarios, that was actually the most fun part of the game. Second half, the encounter, generally goes really fast, and they do change it up from encounter to encounter, so each monster's going to feel different without having to learn a lot of new rules. Usually there's just one little mechanic that's pretty straightforward for how that particular boss works, and the arc that they use on the encounters is actually really cool. They do build up and build up and build up, and they do something that I thought was really cool that a lot of video games do, is at one point they have you fighting some early monsters and give you this power trip of, oh, I can kill these so easily, and then they smack you down a little later. But now that I've played the entire campaign, I'm really excited about it, and I really did enjoy it. Now, early on in the campaign, I was a little bit more meh, but the whole way that arc build up and the finale of this game really was well done. There's a lot of other campaigns that have stronger individual missions, but I haven't found a campaign game that had a stronger overall campaign than this game. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check us out on other social media such as Instagram and Facebook, and don't forget to like and subscribe.